Okay, so remember that they're changing my voice. So when it comes to these social plans that people are presenting, we have to be able to agree on some things and to be able to disagree on some things. So when it comes to populism, right? What is the problem when it comes to populism? Well, first of all, it's the ideas that are being pushed these days are built on governing class feudalism. It's just another form of it. They want people to give up their identities and to reinvent themselves in a way that makes them slaves to the governing class. So I'm sure you can all imagine that somewhere, somehow, there's one person who's cheated the most by that process, and that's me. And the people who are pushing that line, right, a lot of them are Luciferians. You can tell by how they look, their makeup, their haircuts, their uniformity with certain occult, systems. And so they don't seem to understand the significance of what they're doing and the severity of the situation. As I've said many times, right, seeing is believing, right? Seeing is believing. Someone else came up with that word pretty long ago because it's obviously true. And obviously, when it comes to life intelligence, I'm the most wise person ever lived. That's why everyone else is kind of going along with it, except for me. And that's part of why I'm the most cheated person. Right? If you're the wisest person, the government has been persecuting you more than everyone else, basically for like 3-4 decades, then you're owed a lot by the government. So I should just give up everything the government owes me, give up my identity. Why should I do those things? And give up my life work. We need sound social programs, right? Cost-effective spending, wealth taxes. And this sort of game the governing class is playing, it is aimed at other people, really, not me. Because how dumb would they have to be to think that the smartest person ever lived would go along with their stupid game? Why they're laughing at them, mocking them, sexually harassing them, raping females, trying to find females like females I had a crush on, raping them and putting it in news stories, doing all kinds of very sick things, persecuting my family to a certain degree. And keep in mind, I don't regret doing what I've done one bit. I'm the greatest warrior that ever lived. I'm not moving the slightest. They could kill my whole family, they could kill the whole world. Because of me, I wouldn't be moving the slightest. Because I'm 100% sure that I'm doing the right thing. And whatever hardship I go through is something that's God's will, and I accept it. Unlike the worms who do not accept that God put me above them and they're supposed to obey God to me. Be it the religious crowd, the agnostic, or the atheist. When someone's the most righteous person that ever lived, why would you be such an arrogant person with such an inflated ego, such psychotic Luciferian hubris that you would say, hey, I'm going to cheat that person out of that? The culmination of the human race at its pinnacle, the culmination of everything that's great about the human race coming into fruition, coming into its pinnacle. After billions of years of the universe forming itself to form the earth and the human race, hundreds of thousands of years, culminating the pinnacle. Can you imagine the arrogant, weird, sick worm, the demented and deranged filth that would say, hey, I want to cheat this person? And can you imagine somebody saying, hey, why are you calling them names? Do you not speak English? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The culmination of everything good about the human race, everything that was respectable, people working hard towards something worthwhile, the combination of that. And you think the answer is to try to enslave that person. And that person is me. The anointed with righteousness and justice and all the martial art principles. So when we look at populism, right, it's like collectivism, that's how they're applying it. Because it could be a bunch of people getting together to secure constitutional rights and a fair economy and nothing more. Or it can be this insidious and very diabolical and disgusting plan from a bunch of conniving dogs with no sense whatsoever, who think that it's smart to act like the Revenge of the Nerds guy, to act like some arrogant English aristocrat and just smirk and sneer and laugh on the way to the bank with some fair weather slut in a life not worth having, spending money on dumb things that rich people spend them on, completely missing the point of life because their family line didn't cultivate wisdom and sense. So, should I throw away the most righteous life ever and conform to that stupidity when God commands me to go forward? Of course not. And can you imagine the person that would hear this explanation and think, well, he's going to come around after I've called it for many years. I said, look, I'm not going to budge. I have a song when I was like 17 years old. I said, they'll never conform me. So you can imagine the idiots who would expect me to conform. Conform into the construct. That's insane, right? They're obviously not considering the wisest person ever possible, seeing through the con and making a wise series of decisions. Pretty straightforward.